Have you ever seen a movie about a dystopian Switzerland falling under the fascist rule of an evil cheese tyrant? I hadn't either until now. Very quickly, if you enjoy the cut of my jib, consider hitting subscribe. It not only keeps you up to date with these hidden gems and movie reviews to add to your watch list, but it also makes my day. But that being said, let's get on with this one. Mad Heidi. I don't really know how to start this one off, and you'll understand why pretty soon. So I've seen this and it ticked all the boxes, in the sense that it covered every genre. It was an action, comedy, thriller, fantasy, horror, you name it, this movie covers it. I may butcher some names here, so apologies, but we've got President Meili. His whole premise is, he is a cheese tyrant and his aim is to take over the world with some new super cheese. It's ridiculous the more I keep saying all this out loud. You know, he wants to control people and then just slowly take over country to country. In his pocket, he's got like the whole government, he's got the military involved as well, so he is not someone to fuck with. His general is Commander Nor, and he is a loose cannon all on his own. But President Meili, I couldn't not see, he's like a mix between, you know, the Hoff and that handsome guy from The Office.
There he is.
Oh no, that's a male model.
No, that's him.
Good to see you guys.
He just blends those two beautifully. He's got the full setup, he's clearly got all the money. I mean,
my very Swiss leader. I am...
the man knows how to spend it. He's not a good dude, but I respect his lifestyle choices. Now, his right-hand man, Commander Nor, finds out that Heidi's boyfriend is selling cheese. He is a cheese dealer. They set it up like that, they show it like that, that's what he's all about.
You the guy?
I'm the guy, all right.
rich, creamy.
Did I not mention that this movie does not take itself too seriously? It's good to know. So for this, they start hunting down Heidi's boyfriend, who, I'm not joking, Goat Peter.
I love you, Goat Peter.
I love you too, baby girl.
Man makes a beautiful goat cheese, he's Goat Peter. Although they do him dirty, because see when they're looking for him and they have the picture to go look for him in the street, I'm not going to show it, but let's just say it's a lot like original Jinx, if you catch my drift.
Jinx. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Definitely our goat fucker.
This is all still set up. So when they find him in the street, they then also find Heidi and chase her back to her farm where she lives in the Alps with her grandfather. At this point, she's not too mad. However, they come to kill, and this is where she gets really fucked off. Hence, Mad Heidi. See, I could keep going through the plot scene by scene and kind of give you a breakdown of it, but all you need to know really from this point is that she gets captured, and it's not jail she goes to. It's like a training camp for alpine wrestlers. And there's these two huge motherfuckers. They clearly rule the place, and because Heidi is just this kind of farmer girl out in the blue, the president wants to make an example of her. So these two big fucking units make her life a living hell. More than it already is, to be fair. She escapes the alpine wrestling camp slash jail, and from this point, she is then kind of creating a rebellion. She goes and trains and becomes this warrior to fight back against them. That's as much as I'm going to say about the movie. One, it's fucking difficult to walk somebody through this. And two, you just need to watch it. You just need to fire it on and have a fantastic time doing it. See, because the movie ticks all of these boxes, I wasn't sure where the next scene was going to go. You know those videos of like, don't let them know your next move? It feels like the writer very much lived by that when he wrote the script. And it just keeps you on the edge of your seat for the entire time, because it's not that you can't guess the twist. That's one kind of not knowing what's going to happen next. No, this is not knowing what's going to happen next, because it could be fucking anything. You know, we walk into a scene and somebody's getting fucking fondue tortured.
Oh, it's so cheesy. like a gallon of cheese in there.
That wasn't so bad now, was it?
Please. No more cheese.
Very, very, very cheesy. Oppressively cheesy.
There's a lot of cheese in this movie, I will say. The tyrant is a cheese president, they're going after cheese dealers, and there's a lot of cheese references. It's Switzerland after all. Like, you know the way these fascist governments will go against a group of people? In this scenario, it's lactose intolerant people.
Today's topic, nutrition and patriotism. Lactose intolerance is a threat from within, one that will smother the Swiss way of life if we allow it to continue. Call 1-800-LACTOSE.
I'm doing my part.
It's hilarious, but it also makes sense with the plot, so you can't argue with it too much, because obviously if they're not going to eat the cheese, they're not going to be under the control of the president with his new super cheese. I've said a lot of sentences for the first time in my life in this video. A lot. But the film navigates through so many different genres, it feels like it pays homage to a lot as well. Like during her escape, I just had flashbacks to the GoldenEye first level.
Dummies here!
And then even in a couple of the scenes in the jail, like, it must be Reservoir Dogs here. So they pay homage in different places, they pull from a lot of different sources in this movie. And I will say, and one thing that is really good about it, is it does look beautiful, this movie. It's set in Switzerland, and although it's dystopian, there's a lot of beautiful country out there, and I really did appreciate that they kept it all on show. You know, we even start moving into like spaghetti western as well.
Ooh, easy now. It's only me.
Alpöhi?
You got some nerve showing up on my doorstep after all these years.
Some of the editing though, there's some interesting choices. I promise I've not edited this next clip.
With this new formula, we can not only reach peak muscle mass upon short-term consumption, but also peak cerebral softening.
They just do that. It's just wild. Like, you don't know what's going to happen next, not just in plot, and like the actual setup, the shots, the editing for it. Like I said, it doesn't take itself seriously, so please don't you take it seriously either. But see, when it comes to it, the main actors, obviously the president, he is a hyper-realised version of a tyrant, and he fits the part so well. Ridiculous as it is believable that he is the character he is. The commander, yeah, he's fucking wild, to be honest with you. Again, he fits the part of quite a threatening commander who is just power hungry. Heidi, going through the steps of this little farmer girl wanting freedom to becoming Mad Heidi, or like batshit crazy Heidi by the end, becoming a warrior, was fantastic. And this movie, I will say, has got to be one of the only movies that has a final boss in it. Not a villain that is then defeated. No, no, no. This movie has a final fucking boss in it. I will not show it. I will not explain the boss, because it's really down to you to watch.
Do you hear that?
Yeah.
Why do I hear boss music?
All you need to know is that this boss is the neutralizer. And this boss means fucking business. So like, movie aside for just a minute, what I thought was really interesting when I was watching this is that it opened up advising that you can watch the behind the scenes for this movie because it was all crowdfunded. Trust me, with the movie's plot and the way it goes, you can tell that this is like somebody's vision. So looking into that a little bit more, they raised a good amount of money. Does not look like a penny was wasted, I will be perfectly honest. And what's even nicer is you can see that what they've done is it's not just a case of like Kickstarter, like they just put money into it. They've actually been given kickback, where they'll actually get a portion of the profits as well. Because it just goes to show that the writers and directors of this movie really did have a vision and they wanted to see it through. You know, so they knew they would need Kickstarter, but didn't just want to be taking money from the fans. It's really nice to see, and that's, I think, something that's missing a lot here. You know, it doesn't feel like a cash grab. Definitely not, considering they had to get the money funded. But it also doesn't feel like they've just taken the money from someone's pocket to make what they want, regardless of what people think. It's movies like this. Okay, understand I don't mean specifically the plot and premise and all this jazz, but it's movies like this that I think the industry kind of needs as a whole, because we need these original IPs, these original thoughts to come out and keep it fresh. And that is another reason I just love Mad Heidi. With all that being said, where would I be putting Mad Heidi? To be honest, it's the bloody toughest one I've ever had to put in here. See, if you are looking for a movie that you can just sit down to and you're just looking for something that is a lot of fun, you know? Munchies all around you, sitting there on the couch. Change your plans for Mad Heidi. I've done it. I'm giving it the top tier. The reason for that is I can't stop thinking about it since I've seen it. Look, its acting is exactly where it needs to be. The acting was fantastic and did not take itself seriously. So at points where you think, you know, it was a bit shit, it's meant to be. You know, the movie knows what it is here. It is a fascist Swiss government taken down by a cheese tyrant. You really think the movie's going to go for the Oscar? Although that being said, it's won like a shit ton of awards from these film festivals. So it's clearly doing something very right. So, like, the acting was where it should be. It was very fun to watch. Both its jokes were funny. There was a lot of cheese puns, I'm not going to lie. And a lot of jokes kind of at Switzerland, which is fair. Thank God somebody said about those little knives being pish.
That's not a weapon. This is.
I'm sorry, but it's not a knife. But the plot was a wild ride. You could not tell what the next scene was going to be or what anything was going to be setting up. And the movie, it didn't just come together in some big finale. Like I said, it had a final fucking boss here in it. And I want to see more from Heidi. They do tease a sequel. Now, whether that happens or not, I have no idea. But what I will tell you is, I'll back it if it needs funded again, and I will 100% be watching it if there is to be like a Heidi 2. Have you seen Mad Heidi? If you have, let me know what you thought down below. And look, what I'll also do is I'm going to link to the Mad Heidi's YouTube channel and even put a link to like their own website, because I really do think you should give it a check out. You know, you can see some of the behind the scene. If this video alone hasn't made you want to go and watch it, go check that out, show a bit of support. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button before you head off, that would be fantastic. And as always, thank you so much for watching.